Good evening, boys and girls. Welcome to Candy's Cozy Couch. My name is Candace, and my nickname is Candy. That's how I came up with that really vocal name. At least I think it's pretty vocal. More like the lady that I'm going to read about in the story is vocal, uses her voice. Anyway, boys and girls, hold on now. You know we got to do this. My little hand drum here with the one stick. And hold it in your hand and beat it like this. It's time for the checklist. 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 Just like this. Hey, all right. There we go. It is time for the checklist. Let's get right to it, shall we? Boys and girls, did you have a great dinner? Is your stomach all full and satisfied? Check. Did you do your homework? Hopefully all of your homework is done. I know it's the weekend, but tomorrow's a school day. So having good habits and practice will make you smart as ever. So make sure you get your homework done. Check. Did you do your chores? Any particular chores that are assigned to you around the house? Please make sure that you have completed them. Check. Did you pick out your outfit, your clothing that you would be wearing for tomorrow? So you got it all ready in advance. No worries, no problems, no hesitation in the morning when you get up. Check. You got your night light. You have your night light on deck. So when you're scurrying around at night, if you have to get up, you can see where you're going without turning on big lights. Check. All right, let's see. Did you brush your hair or comb your hair or tie your hair up or put on a nightcap, just getting your head right so when you go to bed you'll be comfortable? Check. All right, did you take your bath or your shower? Because you know you want to be fresh and clean, so make sure you do that. Check. Got your PJs on, specifically your favorite ones. Those are always the best ones to sleep in. Check. Did you brush your teeth? Are your teeth shiny and white and glistening and your breath is all fresh? Check. Did you clean your ears? Use a Q-tip, swab out the ear a little bit. Just throwing that in there, a little extra something that may or may not get done. Check. Okay, let's see what else. Is your room clean? I know I mentioned chores specifically, but the room, don't go to bed with a messy room. Make sure your room is clean and everything is in order so when you go to bed, you don't have any worries. Check. Did you give your I love yous, hugs, kisses, and smooches to your family members and pets that live at home with you? And if you have a chance to have a buddy or a friend over, make sure you give them some love too. Check. All right, man, I think I covered everything. Seems like my list is getting longer and longer, and maybe I've left something out. But whatever your checklist is to do before you go to bed, make sure you get it done. Make sure you've checked everything off, including prayer. Did you say your prayers? If you did not say your prayers, please make sure that you say your prayers before you drift off to dreamland. Check. Let's get started with our story. Tonight's story is about a lady named Leontine Price. Voice of a Century. See, I told you she was vocal. And it is written by Carol Boston Weatherford and illustrated by Raoul Cologne. Excuse me. Nice. All right. 1927, Laurel, Mississippi. The line between black and white was as wide as the Mississippi River was long. All a black girl from the Cotton Belt could expect was a heap of hard work, and her song, most surely the blues. Okay, that's what the back cover looks like. Let's get into the story. It is Black History Month, so we're learning about a lot of real awesome people this month. Leontine Price. Voice of a Century. Pretty book too. I like the colors. I'm going to read that statement again because it's here in the first page. 1927, Laurel, Mississippi. The line between black and white was as wide as the Mississippi River was long. All a black girl from the Cotton Belt could expect was a heap of hard work as a maid, meal worker, or sharecropper. Her song, most surely the blues. Now, I didn't give the examples on the back of what she could actually do, but it did give it in the story. Yes, the Mississippi Delta cradled misery, but from day one, Mary Violet Leontine Price heard a different refrain. Her mama, Katie, singing hymns, her daddy, James, playing tuba for the church band, the flock greeting praise songs with hallelujah. Leontine had plenty to be thankful for. A mama and daddy who made sure Leontine had 2 pairs of shoes and knew she was as good as anyone. Black or white, their song of encouragement rose above the color line. And that's important to know, that no matter how difficult it was, black people always rose above. They were very resilient. We are a resilient people. Wasn't long before Leontine was finding her voice, singing along to her daddy James records and listening to the Metropolitan Opera's Saturday afternoon radio broadcast. She soaked up the sopranos, if not the foreign words, art songs, and areas shaping a brown girl's dreams. So this young lady uses her voice. Soon Leontine was plinking a toy piano until she caught the performing bug for good. Her parents sold their photograph to pay for a real piano and for lessons at her first recital. Her feet didn't even reach the pedals, but the songs came through her fingertips. And that's apparently a phonograph. I think I said a photograph. It's a phonograph. All right, so the parents really stood behind their daughter, really elevating her and helping her to achieve her goals. Then little Leontine saw Marian Anderson, the opera singer from Philadelphia, who was already studying in Europe when Leontine breathed her first solo. Oh, wow. Marian glided on stage in a whoosh of satin, her song like a torch sparkled a light in Leontine. So this was the lady that inspired Leontine to go there and sing and use her voice. Then Easter Sunday in 1939, when Marian sang at the Lincoln Memorial after being barred from a whites-only concert hall, Leontine was in the church choir, praising God with her gift. A song of promise welled up in Leontine as it had in young Miriam. With her suitcase, she rode a bus to college in Ohio. Aiming to be a teacher, the concert stage out of reach for a black singer then. Right, because there was a lot that black people could not do back in the day that thankfully to this day we now do very well. But back then, different time. Until the college until the college president heard her solo and convinced her to steady voice instead, Leontine changed course. Led by song, she cracked the door that Marion had opened years earlier. And before long, Leontine went to Juilliard. There she found her teacher, Florence Page Kimball, and her calling. So she was well on her way to being a world-renowned singer using her voice. But the door to Grand Opera would have to wait. First, Leontine starred on Broadway in Porgy and Bess on a world tour. Her song rose to the rafters. All right. When the curtain did rise on Leontine's opera career, she took bows as Wild West saloon owner, many as Seo San in Madame Butterfly and as Cleopatra, Queen of the Nile. Okay. So she was really racking up her resume, getting a lot of different roles, a lot of experience. She became the first black singer to star at La Scala, Italy's famed opera palace. Her song scaled the 6-tiered balconies and brushed the gilded ceiling. So she sang really good. She probably could sing and break glass. And somebody be like, who broke all the glassware? Yet certain doors her golden songs could not open. In America, some hotels, restaurants, and stages were still whites only. But television brought Leontine into living rooms. Viewers saw that skin color didn't matter, voice did, and her song was as regal as it was rich and rare. Awesome. Rising above the color of our skin. Leontine was never more majestic than as Ada. Playing the part she was born to sing as the European princess with her skin as her costume. She expressed her whole self. Standing on Marian's shoulders, Leontine gave the crowd goosebumps. The song of her soul soared on the breath of her ancestors. And that's awesome. Boys and girls, remember, you can do anything you put your mind to. Do not give up. Don't even let that be an option. When Leontine performed at the Metropolitan Opera House in 1955, she blew open the door that Marion left ajar. 6 years later, Leontine landed her first lead role with the Met in, oh man, what is this? These fancy letters are throwing me off. But anyway, as a noble lady in a tragic love story, she got a 42-minute standing ovation. The song of roaring applause shook the walls. Roses at her feet and tears in her eyes, Leontine bowed. She glimpsed the spotlight casting a shadow. She knew that shadow was not just hers, but her parents, teachers, and Miriam's black in excuse me guys, back in Laurel, Mississippi. Songs of pride filled many hearts. The folks there were bowing too. So she did excellent. She accomplished her dream. That is awesome. Yes, the world famous Miss Price could be all meek and pearls when she wanted to, rolling her like an Italian contessa, wearing Vanessa hats and silk dresses from Rome. Oh man, she's getting fancy. She's getting fancy. But off stage, she was just Leontine, twisting all night long. Her song sure wasn't the blues. And that's cool. That's good for her. And that is the end of the story. I like that. Here's one for you guys. All right, boys and girls. Something to dream about. Becoming world famous, becoming a singer, a musician, anything you want to be. That's the beauty. What I'm loving about reading these different stories about different awesome people of Black history is it inspires and encourages and it motivates to do bigger and better things. So boys and girls, get ready for Dreamland, because now is your opportunity to dream anything you would like. So let's get ready to close our eyes, whisper to ourselves what we would like to dream about, and get comfy and cozy, snug as a bug in a rug, in your bed, under your blankets, after prayers. Remember, allow yourself to drift off to dreamland so that you can dream your special dream. And I'll get out of your hair so that you can do that. I'll see you next time, boys and girls. Bye-bye.